So now today's topic is Consumer Protection Act, and that is very important project in the 10th standard. So when you draw this project, when you execute this project, you must remember the distinction between the 1986 provision and now currently 2019 Act. What provision were added in the Act? That you have to remember when you draw, when you execute, when you implement this project. In 2019, there were certain provisions added in this Act that we have to remember. First of all, the Central Consumer Protection Authority, which is the most important, you have to remember, this one is added in 2019 Act. And previously in COPRA in 1986, this authority was not over there. अब इसको कैसे आप समझोगे? जैसे शेयर मार्केट को रेगुलेट करने के लिए सेबी नाम की ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है जो शेयर मार्केट में सारा सिस्टम चेक करती है, बैंकिंग सिस्टम को चेक करने के लिए आरबीआई है, उसी तरह कंज्यूमर के साथ जो फ्रॉड हो रहा है, उसके साथ जो माल प्रैक्टिस हो रही है, चाहे वो गलत हो रही है, जो गलत हो रही है, उसके लिए एक अथॉरिटी बना दी गई है, दैट इज नोन एज द CCPA. दिस इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट. सेकेंड पॉइंट इज in 1986 the consumer can file the case where he and she purchase the product from the seller. It means that कि जहां पर उसने कंज्यूमर ने प्रोडक्ट खरीदा है सेलर से, उस जुरिस्डिक्शन में वो केस को फाइल करेगा 1986 में. बट दिस प्रोविजन नाउ चेंज्ड इन 2019 Act. You can file the case anywhere. Third point, in 1986 there was no direct approach to settle your dispute in the consumer court. You could be filed in the civil court. Your case could be filed in the civil court, but in 2019 you can file your case direct in the consumer court, and compensation must be given if the verdict in your favor. Third point. Next point, courts. There were 3 courts in COPRA 1986 Act: district court, state court and national court. For example, you have to file the case in the district level up to 25 lakhs. The suit was not settled because the court had the power only settled up to 20 lakh. But in 2019 Act, the district court can be settled up to 1 crore. This is also a new provision that you have to remember in your mind. E-commerce. E-commerce was not added and mentioned in 1986 because on that time there was no technology, there was no internet, and there was no e-commerce companies. But now Flipkart, Amazon and many more companies we have in India, and most of the consumer purchase the product from the e-commerce. That's why you can see that if the product is not willing, if the product is not suitable, and you can cancel the product, and money is automatically credit in your account within the 4 and 3 working day. If the products are damaged, then there is a provision of replacement, because the companies, these e-commerce companies, know about the 2019 Act. That's why they did. And the last one that we have, there was no provision to settle down the issues outside. No mediation over there in 1986, but there is a provision in 2019 Act to settle the dispute outside the court.